Bye.
Welcome back to my live, guys. Welcome back to my kitchen. Welcome back to dinners from around the world with me, your diva chef, Simone Walker-Barrett. Thank you so much for sharing your Sunday with me as I share mine with you. Now, if you are new to our live, welcome to the Next in Food and, of course, the Street Food Saturdays family. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you guys so much. Tonight's dinner is, when you clean your fridge out and you have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. However, we're going to make something delicious. So, for our entree, we are making a stir-fried chicken, and our serving of vegetables or vegetable in the chicken is going to be kale. So I'm excited to show you how to use kale. Also, we are making, to go with our stir-fried chicken and kale, we are going to be making a garlicky beef fried rice as our starch tonight. And in that, we are going to be adding some sweet corn just to add more texture and, of course, some more flavors. And, of course, for dessert, we are going to be making the infamous, the delicious Jamaican rock bun. But tonight we are going to be adding some other little stuff. Just want to show you how you can jazz up the flavor. And so we are inspired by the banana bread, and we love chocolate. So we're going to be adding the two together. So we are going to be making a banana chocolate chip rock bun, something like that. You just stick around if you want to see how it is done. But if you are watching on YouTube, welcome to Next in Food. That is my personal YouTube page where I post tutorials on how to make some of the meals I make here on the live, and also some dishes that I like to make for myself and, of course, my family. Now, if you are watching on Instagram, welcome. And, of course, if you're watching on Facebook, welcome, guys. So let us jump right into dessert. We are starting with dessert as we normally do, because dessert usually takes the longest. So I'm using the mixer tonight. In my mixer bowl, I have 8 ounces of butter, and I also have 8 ounces of sugar. I'm going to allow those to cream, and then we are going to be working on the other ingredients that will bring our chocolate chip, banana bread, rock bun, something like that together. So, over the mixer, come with me.
Brown Marlin says, hey. Elaine Williams says, good night.
Hey, Elaine, welcome.
Zach says, excited, come back again.
So we are creaming butter and sugar. We're going to cream it until it is light and fluffy, usually soft and spreadable. Now, if you want to know how to make the delicious Jamaican rock bun, my version, you can check out the YouTube channel. For those of you who are watching from Instagram, the link is in the bio to the YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel is called, wait a minute, it is called Next in Food. So just click the link in the bio. We have the traditional rock bun. That recipe, you can add whatever you want to it. Tonight we're using that recipe as the base, but we're going to be adding some banana. Banana is going to add moisture and, of course, banana flavor. We are going to be adding some chocolate chip because we love chocolate. And, of course, we cannot make the Jamaican rock bun without coconut. So we're adding freshly grated coconut, and in the recipe on the YouTube channel we just added coconut because that's a traditional way of doing it, but tonight we're adding some other stuff. And of course we want to add some warm spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, and what else is this? Oh, mixed spice. That's what we're going to be adding, and of course a tip of ginger just to make everything even more tasty.
Tracy said, I want the gift.
Welcome, Tracy, but I don't hear my dog walking. So what I just did, I add some vanilla to the butter and the sugar that is creaming. I am also going to be adding the banana right into the creaming butter and sugar along with an egg. But I'm going to add the banana first because what I want to happen is want as the butter creams, the ripe banana will get mashed in and emulsified with the butter.
Cheryl Jenkins, hi.
Hi
Chef
Cheryl.
who says good evening, Chef and family.
Good evening. So the banana part of the banana bread flavor is into a rock bun. And eggs, I find that eggs are totally optional when you are making rock bun. But if you want it to be a little bit more cake-like, like what we're doing tonight, you can add the egg. If you do not eat egg and you want to leave it out, that's absolutely fine. Because a rock bun is like a scone, you know. It is more like a take on a short bread type of cookie, right? So it's I think I kind of feel like rock bun was inspired by the English scones, and as it travels to Jamaica, of course, you know how we big and bold and different. We had to give it our own name and put our own flavor in it. So we now have rock bun, and if you're Jamaican, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who are not Jamaican, this is what we're talking about. You're going to see what the finished dish looks like tonight, and we're adding chocolate chip and banana. The banana is already in the mixer.
Elaine says, what's your name on YouTube?
We are next in food on YouTube. The link is in the bio if you are watching from Instagram. NEXTINFOOD is the YouTube channel. So my Facebook people, next in food, just type it into the YouTube search engine. It will come up, and just subscribe. Alright guys? And for our friends watching on YouTube, welcome guys. So now we are going to be adding the egg to the butter and sugar. Now tonight I am using what we call in the bake shop the creaming method to make our rock bun tonight. There are different methods of making any cake or baked goods. They are what we call creaming method, where you cream the butter and sugar and then add the eggs. That's the one we're using for a rock bun. But you can use what we call the two-stage method, where you could just add all the liquid together along with the butter and then add the flour. Or you can use what we call the rubbing method, where we rub the fat into the flour to shorten the gluten strands, and then we add all the remaining ingredients and mix it up. Whichever one you choose, the result is absolutely the same. So, while we wait on that, let's look at what our dry ingredients is going to be. So, I'm using all-purpose flour, and we're just going to simmer flour, and I'm using baking powder as our chemical leavener. So I just want to sieve this. Sieving the flour really allows you to get rid of any lumps that might be in there or any unwanted particles that don't belong. So that's the main purpose, and of course to incorporate some air. But this is a very dense cake, so you know incorporating air is neither here nor there, but it's mainly to just sieve the flour to make sure that no foreign matter gets into the rock bun. Alright guys, so this is the situation. So let's take a look at what is going on for those of you watching on YouTube. So this is what the cream, butter, sugar, banana, and egg looks like. This is what it looks like for those of you watching on, take a look, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So now that we are here, we're just going to use our little rubber spatula and just kind of clean the paddle off. And I'm just going to do it with my hand moving forward. You could have just added everything over there in the mixer, but I wanted you guys to be a little bit more up close with what's going on in this deep bowl right here. So in here, I'm going to be adding my 1 cup of shredded coconut. Now, if you want to make this and you can't bother to shred the coconut, you can buy shredded coconut, sweetened shredded coconut in the bake section of the supermarket, Or if you can't find that and you want that coconut flavor, you could add a sachet of coconut powder right into the dry ingredients, and it will give you that coconut flavor. So it goes
Nicola says, what are you making?
the coconut. We're making rock buns with some bananas and chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip banana rock bun.
And now we're adding, guys, what this is our mixed spice that I just added to the party. Alright, so we're gonna give that a little mix around. Now the thing when you're making rock bun, it does not like a lot of moisture, you know. If you put a lot of liquid in there, liquid can come from the egg. In this case, it can come from the bananas. Or, you know, sometimes people add milk. What happens is if you add too much liquid to a rock bun, it's not rock bun anymore, because when it bakes, it's going to spread. It's not going to be as dense as we know the Jamaican rock bun should be. So let's see, I did not have any liquid in here because of the banana. So I'm adding my flour in 2 parts. So I'm just going to use my spatula right here and cut and fold the flour in. And if it is, I feel that it is a little bit too dry, I will add about 2 tablespoons of milk. But so far, so good. This is what it looks like when we added the first half of the flour in. So it's getting a little hard to mix with this little spatula, so I'm going to change to my wooden spoon. Before I do that, let me turn my stove on and get the stove ready for the fried rice. I want to make sure that the stove is nice and the pot is nice and hot. So add in the remaining half of the flour, so that goes right in, and we mix it in. So again, if you want a full recipe or tutorial on how to make the Jamaican rock bun, you can visit my YouTube channel. It's called Next in Food. If you're watching on Instagram, click the link. If you're over YouTube watching, guys, thank you so much for joining. And of course, if you're watching from Facebook, you can go over to YouTube, type Next in Food, and watch the tutorial on how to make the Jamaican rock bun. Now lastly, we're adding some chocolate chip. You know, chocolate chip just, you know, it's just a little special touch that we're giving it tonight. If you love chocolate, go right ahead and add it in. So I'm adding 1 cup of chocolate chip. In goes my chocolate chip. I'm gonna just clean up all up. I'm gonna preheat my oven, 350. Mix the chocolate chip in. And this one don't need any liquid because you really don't want it to spread too much. I find that if when you put too much liquid in the rock bun and it spread, for those of you who go to school in the 80s in Jamaica, or even in the 90s that we used to get the Nutribullet, I find that when if you make a real good rock bun and you just happen to put too much liquid in it and it spread, it reminds me so much of the Nutribullet. Who can relate? The Nutribullet was something to look forward to when they bring it to school. So I'm going to use my portion scoop, and this is a 2-ounce scoop, and I'm going to just portion my rock bun batter onto my tray. Now I line my tray with foil for easy cleanup, so you guys can go right ahead and do the same. So I'm going to put about 8 on this little tray. That should do. Here we go. I like to use a portion scoop because it allows everything to bake at the same time. I wanted to put 8, but it looked like it's just 6 going to be on here, so no worries. I'm going to put 6. Just like that. And the remaining batter, you want to keep it as cold as possible. You just get this batter off my hand and do a little cleaning up.
Chef Walker, praise him.
Hey Nick! Okay, so this is what it looks like. We're gonna bake it at 350 and we're gonna give it 20 minutes and see where it takes us. So this is our banana bread, chocolate chip, rock bun. So this is our Jamaican traditional rock bun, but not so traditional because we added banana. And of course we added chocolate chip just to make it a little bit more Sunday delicious. Okay, so stick around if you want to see what the finished product looks like. We have our oven on 20 minutes and we are going to put the remaining batter into the fridge and just kind of bake it later. So don't go anywhere guys, stick and stay. Okay, moving right along. Let us clean up the mixer, put it back together, and start making our garlic beef fried rice.
Aisha Edwards, good evening.
Hi Aish, welcome. Okay, so let's bring over the ingredients for our beef garlic or garlic beef fried rice. I call it that because I really love the flavor of the garlic in this dish. So what I use tonight though is garlic powder. Way more garlic powder than I needed, so I added that garlic powder to our ground beef. Let me show you what it's gonna look like. So this is the ground beef, or you know, some people call it minced beef. So all you do is pick up a small, this is about 8 ounces. I picked this up in the supermarket. I seasoned this 8-ounce pack with 2 heaped tablespoons of garlic. So it's very garlicky. I added some cornstarch because you know sometimes as you try to cook the ground beef, the liquid is running out. I find that when you add some starch to the meat itself, it helps to thicken up the juices and trap it back into the meat. And because in this house we love everything spicy, I added some pepper in here. So that's all that is. So what we're going to do now, we're actually going to salt out our rice. So this is rice that I cooked earlier in the rice cooker. I prefer to use cold rice to make a fried rice. So I cook it, spread some out on a sheet pan to cool. I'm not making a lot. And that should do it. And we're gonna save the rest for another time.
Andre Gillespie, I could not live at a chef house at all. Food was ready by the time church done.
Not this house, Andre. Everybody's used to getting their food at this time. We eat at 9 o'clock on a Sunday. Okay, so the other flavors that we're going to be adding to this garlic beef fried rice. This is oyster flavor sauce. This is a Chinese condiment. You can find it in that section of the supermarket. It's very salty, so when I'm cooking the rice, I didn't make it with any salt. I didn't put any salt on the beef because by the time I add the mushroom soy sauce and the oyster sauce, it's going to add enough salt to the dish. And then I'm using corn from the can to add to the dish.
Jarian Williams says happy Sunday, Chef and family.
Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for joining.
Jarian also said loving that green and some green and black onion.
Thank you so much. I wanted to add another vegetable to this. I totally forget to prep it. Could you look in the fridge in the my husband looking at me strange because he told me not to forget anything. Look in the crisper if you see a carrot. Just bring it for me, please. So we are going to start with the beef. So here, I'm adding about 3 tablespoons of regular vegetable oil. Okay, we wanted this to get nice and hot because we want to sear the beef. We want to trap or seal in as much of the juice as possible. So that's one of the very important things. Allow the pot to get hot and then allow the oil to come up to temperature. So when you add the cold meat, you know, cooking does not delay. It will continue and you will finish cooking faster. So this carrot here, while we wait on the oil, let me just push my pot back out of the shot. We are going to prep some stuff. So I'm going to prep some scallion to finish my fried rice. And of course I'm going to prep this, just half of this carrot because this is a very big carrot. So I'm actually, when I'm at home, I don't, you know, the complicated chef stuff, I'm going to shred this carrot so that it becomes as small as the meat and of course the rice so that everything mixes in so much quicker. Let me see if I can find me a vegetable peeler. So I'm going to just peel this carrot. Okay. And get myself, so just peel the carrot. And then we're going to shred it into the bowl. Okay, that's just done. Peel over here. Give the bowl a little rinse. And then in this deeper container, we're just going to shred carrots. Don't think I need all of this carrot, just a little bit to go a long way. Maybe half. Alright, carrot is sweet and the corn is sweet, so I'm just going to use half of it and save the other half. Take this away, please. So this is our shredded carrot. So we shred it on the coarser side of the grater and we're going to be adding it to the party. Now, I'm going to put my stove up to 430 because we really want this to go nice and fast. Now, I have some scallion here. I want mostly the green parts. So I'm going to just prep this scallion. I love the flavor of scallion in fried rice. It gives it a nice, fresh vibe. After all, scallion is a herb and it really adds a nice bold flavor to whatever you put it in. Okay, so here goes my scallion. This scallion chopped and ready when I have everything prepped. So we're going to come back to center stage. Where's my towel? Okay, so I hope you guys on YouTube can see because the last time we complained that you couldn't see. So in here, oil is nice and hot. We are now going to add our ground beef or minced beef. You hear that sizzle? That's what we want to hear. And at this point, I spread it out in the pot. Leave it alone. I want it to take on a nice brown color and then we're going to mix it together. again, for those of you who are new to our live, welcome. Those who are returning, welcome back. So I rinsed the bowl that the beef was in, and right now I want to open our corn, drain the liquid, and then I'm just going to hold it in this container. So this is a nice little way to use up your canned corn. Make sure you have your 1 serving of vegetables. So I pour the brine off. And this is a nice, decent canned corn. They're nice and firm. And most importantly, it smells like corn. Okay, so corn, carrots, scallion, oyster flavored sauce, mushroom soy sauce, lots of garlic, and of course the rice of choice tonight. I'm using some jasmine rice, but you can use whatever rice you have in your pantry. And these are what we're going to put together. This dish we could have just have it by itself, but whenever I make dinner on a Sunday, it's for 2 days. So I'm actually going to be making some chicken as well. Can I get the other stove? Because I don't think the stove is going to carry the stir fry well. So if you guys can see in the pot, the beef is cooking nicely. And because this beef is grounded, that's a term we use in the kitchen, ground or mince, it doesn't take long to cook. However, you don't want to play around with ground beef. You want to cook it to an internal temperature of, at least 160 to make sure that it is safe for consumption. So just be patient with it. Now, this little Goya seasoning pack is called Sazan. It basically, my friends introduced me to this some years ago, and it gives a beautiful yellow color. So it's not like curry. It's really a seasoning, mostly in Spanish cooking. I see them use this a lot. I'm going to be adding this, and our rice is going to have a nice little tint of yellow. I'm just adding half of the pack and add that little vibe to it. So, while we wait, guys, tell me, where are you watching from? So now is a great time to add that carrot that we just grated or shredded. We want to cook that. We're also going to be adding some bell pepper to the party, and of course some onions, because we want it to taste good.
Gratitude 2247 says Maryland, USA.
Welcome, gratitude. So in this container, guys, I have some sweet peppers, red onion, white onion. I'm going to add some sweet peppers, some white onions, and red onions. Okay?
Next, nothing from Jamaica, West Indies.
No. Finish? Let's see where it takes us. Okay, so you have to season up the food nice. So we just added onion. I have red onion and white onion because I didn't have enough of one type, so I'm adding both.
Tracy is watching from home, Havendale in Kingston.
Hi,
Darian
Tracy.
Williams is watching from Brampton, Ontario, Canada.
Welcome, Canada. Welcome, Avondale. I I love black pepper in my fried rice, so I'm going to be adding some black pepper close to the end. So right now what we're doing, we're just trying to get that onion flavor into our rice. And as I said before, this is a lovely one pot kind of vibe. You know, if you have the leftover rice, or even if you didn't cook it, you can stop at the Chinese restaurant and just buy a serving of rice and come home and make this dish.
The real giant is watching from Mobile.
Welcome, Mobe. So let's check our rock bun out.
Patricia Brown says good evening, family.
Hey sis, welcome.
Sexy Ben Smith is watching from Lauderhill, Florida. Lauderhill.
Florida, welcome, welcome, welcome guys, welcome.
Richard is watching from Spanish Town, Jamaica.
Welcome Richard, welcome Spanish Town. Okay, so now got our peppers, carrots, and of course onion. I soften up. We are now going to add to the party our rice.
Patricia Brown is watching from Mount James.
Mount James in the building. Welcome, sis. So we're adding our cool cooked rice to the party. Like that. And now I'm going to be adding a little bit of our sauce. It's going to add a little yellow color and of course the flavor from this. Let's see where half of a pack takes us. So we're going to combine the rice and the meat and the vegetables. Just use your wooden spoon and just kind of break up the rice. I find that jasmine rice, once you cook it, it tends to, as it gets cold, it lumps up together. Maybe because I need to probably put a little fat in there when I'm cooking it. But no worries. All of that will come out with a little elbow grease. Just crush those lumps using the back of your wooden spoon. And you don't want a lumpy fried rice, so take your time.
Melissa is watching from St. Andrew.
Hi Melissa. Thank you for watching. I love a one-pot rice dish. You know, my mother was the boss on cooking one-pot rice dish. She called them seasoned rice. I think that's just a Jamaican vibe. You know, we put whatever in. Some people just put saltfish, mackerel, or sardine, but not my mother. My mother put everything in rice.
Karen Morgan, good night. How is everyone doing today?
Hi Karen, welcome back. We're doing good. We are making some garlic beef fried rice.
Steve Dem is watching from Connecticut.
Welcome Connecticut. Trying to get the lumps out of this rice. Alright, we're almost there. Okay, so now we're going to add some other flavors. We're going to add a little bit of black pepper. I like the peppery note. So I'm adding about half of a teaspoon of black pepper.
Richard is watching from Canada.
Hi Richard.
Beloved is watching from Jersey.
Hello beloved. So we just added 1 spoon and a tooth of oyster flavored sauce. This is mushroom soy sauce. I love this stuff. It's gonna give it a dark tint. I'm adding about a teaspoon because it's very strong. And we're mixing it together. See if we need to add any more. And we're going to get rid of all the lumps. And because the corn is already cooked, we're going to add it in last. We want to heat up the rice. I feel like we could add a little bit more mushroom, soy sauce, maybe another teaspoon. Okay, so now it's looking nice and rosy. Okay, great. Alright, how is that looking, guys? It's nice and hot. So now, corn goes in. And we're going to add our scallion, and that completes our dish.
Darian was just asking if you forgot the corn.
Oh no, I didn't. Because the corn is already pressure cooked. Don't want to add it too early.
Karen Morgan, I'm so mad that I'm going to miss January 28th menu on my birthday.
Oh, Karen.
Hurt myself, so I'm doing therapy. I was there October last year.
Thank you so much for following the food, Karen. Okay, so corn is in.
Tracy asked, so no eggs for this fried rice?
Oh no, there's no eggs. No eggs for this fried rice. Just gonna have it as it is. And then finally, we're adding some scallion. All right, and that completes our garlicky beef fried rice. Very simple. So time to plate. But before we plate, let's take our rock bun out. They look ready to me. This is what our dessert look like. Our chocolate chip banana bread rock bun. So if you want to make rock bun at home, guys, and you want to follow a recipe, I have a beautiful recipe on my YouTube channel. It's just a standard Jamaican rock bun. But if you want this banana bread flavor, you just add 3 ripe bananas and of course a cup of chocolate chip. That's what I did with this. And this is what it looks like. Big and bold and beautiful. I soon show you what it looks like Facebook people. Alright, so dinner. Fried rice is ready. Let me plate up some. Where are the forks? I can never ever find forks. Oh, they're right here. Ashley, you ready to eat? No? Alright, so for the person who asks about the egg, usually I just fry egg and put on top. I really like my egg, fried. I don't like when it mixed in. So this is what our beef, garlic, fried rice looks like. We have corn in it. We have some carrots. Isn't that pretty, guys? So this portion is for my husband though. So take a look. Take a look, Facebook. And of course, take a look, YouTube. This is what it looks like. Our garlicky beef fried rice with sweet corn. Here you go, my dear. Okay. Huh? Jacoby, you ready to eat? Alright. Okay, so we're gonna put this out the way. I shall make you a plate. And we're going to switch around the stove. I want a nice high fast stove. Take that up for me. And we're going to be doing our stir fry chicken. So we want it to go quickly. So this is quick hot change. We're gonna get this nice and hot. And just let the rock bun cool down a bit. I'll show you guys what the texture look like. So let's just kind of put it out the way while we get ready for dish number 3. You see how fast we get through this dinner? So we are at dish number 3. Let me grab the kale. Once upon a time, you couldn't find kale much in the Jamaican supermarket, but these days, more and more farmers are farming kale, so we can find it very, very easy. So this is what it looks like. Kale is very versatile. You can put it in your smoothie, you can put it in your soup, and tonight I'm using it in my stir fry. So this is what it looks like. So just pick it. Usually I take off the tough stem and just kind of run my hand down on it like that. And trust me, this thing is just going to shrink up. So this is what it looks like, guys, the kale. A nice way to use it, I usually take them off the stem or chop them up, put them in Ziploc bag and freeze them and make smoothies. Or I make a kale salad with garbanzo beans and chicken and sometimes pasta. You know, your imagination is what motivates you to make food. You know, flavor is always my focus, so whatever I make, I always want it to taste good. I think that's enough kale. And this was 1 kilo. I'm just gonna give it a rinse and get it ready for our chicken stir fry. So here goes.
Karen Morgan, everything you can find in Jamaica nowadays.
Yes, which is awesome. So, you know, just big up to the farmers who are planting these, what we call catch crops. Okay, so here we go. So into this pot, we're going to do our stir fry chicken. So we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of oil. And I'm using chicken breast, so it's going to go real fast. This is actually 4 chicken breasts. I'm not using all of it. I'm just going to use half of it for this dinner, and then I'm saving the other half for another dinner. Okay? We also need what we call stir fry sauce. So this is oyster sauce mixed with light soy sauce, a little bit of sugar, and some cornstarch. So this is what's going to thicken up everything. I also have some pak choy. I didn't have enough pak choy, so that is how kale came in the mix. So let's see what happened. So into the pot, we're adding half of the chicken. And by the way, the chicken was seasoned with some cornstarch and garlic powder. There you go. So we want to spread the chicken out, give it some time to brown, and then we're going to stir it up. While we wait on the chicken, we're going to rinse the kale. rinse. I usually just put it into a colander over the bowl so it can drip down. So kale is nice and clean. Put that out the way. The pak choi was already washed and is also clean. So I'm going to put the pak choi right on top of the kale. And all of this is going to shrink all the way down. So don't worry. Okay, so now it's time to move our chicken around. So when you're stir frying chicken, you want to cut it thin and you want to season it to your taste with, and also add cornstarch. I find that the cornstarch really allows the juices not to run out too much. Of course, you want to use a hot pot, but the cornstarch gives it a vibe. I learned that when I took my Chinese cooking class, and I've been using it ever since. Okay, so remember now, chicken breast cooks very, very quickly, and it's going to overcook even quicker. So this is what we want to do. Put that wrap one out the way. Don't want to block my YouTubers. I'm going to take the chicken out, put it on this plate. Look at that, guys. So this chicken is partially cooked. How fast was that? That was like 2 minutes or less, and the chicken is cooked. We're going to clean off the side of the pan and keep looking at that chicken, guys. In here, we are going to add some seasoning. Okay, so we're going to add just about half tablespoon of oil, and we are going to add some onions and some bell peppers, just to add some seasoning to this. We're going to give it a mix around, just like that. So the chicken was seasoned with garlic, cornstarch, light soy sauce. That's what we season the chicken with. Whenever I'm cooking using these Chinese condiments, I don't use any additional salt because I find that they have enough salt. So now that our onion is sauteed, we are going to add our kale and pak choi right into here. And then give me the cover, please. Can I get the cover? That's not the cover. We're going to cover it. And what's going to happen is going to shrink in bulk. So we're just covering it for about 1 to 2 minutes. We're going to let it shrink in bulk. Then we're going to add back the chicken, add our stir fry sauce, mix it around, and dinner is ready. How fast is that? So while we wait on that, let us get our rock bun off the. We're going to serve up our rock bun. I hope you guys can see what's going on.
Some more butter in the
Huh?
There's more butter in the fridge.
Yeah, man, I know there's more butter. We'll bake those a little later on.
So Shauna says hello.
And we're going to break it so you guys can see. This is what it looks like. We're going to give you a close-up a little later on. Here you go. So that's our dessert. And voila, that is ready. You never ever want to overcook. You don't want to overcook your vegetables, so feast your eyes back. Here, look at that. It's nice and green. Give the persons a close-up. The kale is ready. It's shrink down. We're going to add back the chicken. Look at that. Everything is ready. We're adding our stir fry sauce. We mix in a little bit more cornstarch in there. We're going to add a little oyster sauce. By little I mean a tablespoon. And we're adding a splash of this soy sauce, not too much, because I don't want to turn the green leafy vegetables. I don't want to get them dark. So guys, kale is getting a moment. I really plan to make chicken and pak choy stir fry, only to find out that I didn't have enough pak choy, so I decided to use some kale, and it worked out beautifully. This is what it looks like, and dinner is ready. How fast is that? Don't want to overcook nothing. Everything must be nice and ready. So take a look. We're going to leave it in the pot. Take up our stove. Pack away all of what we're not using anymore. And just before I get off the live, guys, I want to put the remaining chocolate chip banana bread wrap buns in the oven. Okay, so YouTube people seeing this? I hope so. Can you see it? Let's give them a close-up. So this is our kale and chicken stir fry. Nice and ready, done, done, done. And of course, Facebook people, chicken and kale, stir fry, and of course, our banana bread, chocolate chip banana bread wrap bun. We do have a tutorial on the regular wrap bun on our YouTube channel, so you can check it out. Here you go, guys. And of course, here you go, guys. Good? All right. So now, we are going to put the remaining batter to bake. Put my oven back.
Sunflower Shauna says everything looks so yummy.
Thank you.
We have to plate the rest.
I'm gonna plate up, guys. Just stick around. I'm plating everything so you can see what all the final dishes look like. Let me just put this in the oven. I feel like I could add more chocolate chip to this. I added 1 cup and I'm barely seeing the chocolate chip.
Pat Paris, lovely.
Hey Pat, welcome back. Here we go. All right, so we just put the rest back in the fridge. Put this into the oven.
Karen Morgan, please FedEx my plate.
Soon, Miss Karen. Okay, so plating time. Time to plate our dinner. Let's see if I can grab you some plates. On the chicken plate, I'm gonna put the rice.
Lan said, I love chocolate chip cookies. Package me, please. Queen says, I can't wait to eat with you guys.
We can't wait to have you eat with us. Oh, and by the way, guys, for those of you who are watching, the reservation link for February 11 River Dining Experience opened this morning in the bio on the Instagram page. And of course, we'll be having a Valentine's Day river dining experience. We have been having that for the past, how long? I think it's our 5th year doing a Valentine's Day. This time we have it, usually, you know, if it falls in the week, we will do a pre-Valentine, but we're actually doing the dining experience on Valentine's Day. So if you want to eat with us on that day, you're welcome. So this is our rice, goes right here. And now we are going to plate.
Karen Morgan, guys, the food is good, especially the fried bread.
Karen, I can tell that the fried bread is your favorite. We try. So we're plating our kale and chicken stir fry so that we can take a picture of
Karen
it.
Morgan, yes indeed.
Can tell Miss Karen. Should have probably used a serving tongue to plate this. Oh well. Alright, so we can see the kale, we can see the pak choy, and of course, beautiful chicken. So good. So good. Alright guys, so this has been Dinners from Around the World with me, Simone Walker-Barrett. Thank you so much for joining me as I make dinner for my family. Tonight's dinner, I love Chinese takeout. So most of my food is always inspired by that because that's my favorite. Asian cuisine, especially Chinese cuisine, is my favorite. I feel like the flavors are just so different. They're always so tasty. So that is always my inspiration. Of course, staying true to my roots. I always love to be inspired by Jamaican food. Of course, you know, I'm a Jamaican first, but I'm also a chef. And so I like to be inspired by our food and just make it the way I want to present it and want to eat it. So we take our traditional rock bun, we added some bananas in there, we added some chocolate chip. It's not a great change, it's just textures, it's just deliciousness. So I encourage you guys to do the same. And of course, we made our fried rice our way, ground beef with lots of garlic, some jasmine rice, 4 servings of vegetables. It's a one-pot meal in a plate or on a plate. It's very easy to do, guys. I do hope you're inspired to make delicious, simple, tasty meals at home for your family. I am Simone Walker-Barrett. I will see you next time. I don't know what we're going to cook, but whatever we cook, it is going to be totally delicious. So you guys take care and have a blessed week.
Jermaine Graham says food looks awesome.
Thank you, Jermaine.
Tomorrow says have been on for a while. Oh, looks so yummy.
Thank
Santosh
you.
says thank you for sharing.
Thank you guys for watching.
Karen Morgan, good night.
Good night, Karen. And you walk good too. And we give our YouTube people a close-up. Here we go. I'm not seeing anything. So this is,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
this is our chicken and kale stir fry. And that right there is our chocolate chip banana bread, rock bun, and of course, the fried rice, garlicky beef fried rice. Thank you so much, guys, for watching.